But now to the billion-dollar national family daycare scam. Some dodgy operators have already been shut down because of our investigations. But new figures show the rorts are still happening, with South Australia among the worst affected. Here's Hendrik Gout.
This is the reaction outside a family daycare operator when we started asking questions. And no wonder.
One child used a toy knife to play Slice My Neck, and the educator didn't even seem remotely fussed.
A risk factor there that is just unacceptable.
This is what childcare should be: safe, clean, qualified. This is reality. Some childcare in multi-storey, cockroach-ridden flats. This is a kids' play area.
Unfortunately, the government is waiting until a death occurs before anything happens.
Now, if the state regulator's not even turning up to check on those sites, how can we be confident that the environment is a safe one?
Our previous expose closed down this vile operator after a whistleblower revealed massive rorts. To protect her identity, another woman is speaking her words.
It's receiving in excess of $300,000 per fortnight from Centrelink to pay educators for not looking after children.
Now, new evidence that the rorts are still endemic. Your taxes paying dodgy operators in million-dollar national scams. Federal Minister Simon Birmingham.
Sadly, there have been far too many cases of people seeking quick, cheap money. We see millions and millions of dollars that have been squandered. In fact, on our estimates, the actions we've taken to tighten the regulation and increase compliance are now saving the taxpayer about $1 billion that would otherwise have been rorted.
Here's new proof: a national report of South Australia's 1,100 plus childcare services. 20% weren't even inspected by the state.
1 in 5 services are not getting the checks they should, whereas the rest of the country, in a state like Tasmania, they've checked on 96% of their services.
Here in Prospect was Sunshine Family Daycare, one of many not assessed by the state government, closed after a federal investigation. Like other childcare companies we investigated, this one claimed childcare subsidies from the taxpayer while the educators were overseas.
Now, they do that in some instances by claiming care for children who aren't even there and don't exist.
It's still going on, child swapping on a massive scale. So you look after other people's children?
Yes.
And you have your own children looked after by somebody else?
Yes. You don't know me, man. You useless, stupid.
Unqualified educators given false certificates by scoundrels like Right Move Training Institute. Its reclusive owner, Jamal Ahmed, lives in this palatial residence. Jamal takes bribes to issue fake childcare qualifications. As a direct result of our investigations, Right Move is finally closed by federal authorities, but there are hundreds more still operating, still costing taxpayers.
And there's a very clear message to rorters who are out there: if you're doing it, you will be caught, you will be put out of business, and if we can, you will be charged, and there are people in jail.
Hendrik Gout there, and we did invite State Education Minister Susan Close to comment, but she declined.